Radical.
You know, as a person that remembers Logan Paul back from 2017, as the guy on YouTube, the scumbag that went around in the forest filming dead bodies of all things, I find it hard to believe that there's so many people, millions of people, that have faith and trust in Logan Paul. But the thing is, I just saw a series of uploads on Coffeezilla. I'll link a couple of them in the outro of this. I think they're good watches. They're good views. This is an investigator of sorts, and I think their uploads are very high quality. And I think they did a great service by exposing Logan Paul. I would say this is as much as a professional expose as you're probably going to see on YouTube. And I do see that this person has a Patreon. I will say that this is a very good series of uploads. I do recommend this, but I don't recommend donating to this person, this E-Beggar's Patreon. So I will say that before that. Even in the title of this, I might refer to this as Patreon E-Beggar Coffeezilla. Doesn't mean I don't support what they did and the time and effort going into exposing a scammer, a legit scammer like Logan Paul, but I cannot support a Patreon E-Beggar in Coffeezilla, even though they don't have really, really high tiers. So I'll put that out there. I'm against Patreon. I don't like e-begging on YouTube. That's just coming from my position. Some of you might not agree, but that's just something I want to put out there. So basically, to summarize quickly these uploads, and I can't do a lot of them justice because this guy does a lot of investigation. There was this thing called Dink Doink before CryptoZoo, which Logan Paul was excited about, but then he just skipped out on. CryptoZoo, it was going to be called Crypto Animals, something like that, Crypto Pets, something of that nature. Logan Paul, with the idea of making lots of money, got together with his manager, some other people, and they launched, well, they never really launched it, but they came up with this idea to have this game called CryptoZoo. And the coin that you invest in, that you buy, would be, zoo money, zoo coins and whatnot. And there's a lot of these games that they come out, and people think they're going to make a lot of money, and they're really not all that fun, but they call them games. The thing is, and again, I can't do justice to the whole story. I don't know what I'll really cover. There's a lot to really cover here. He got together with somebody called the Crypto King. And before they actually were going to release the game, they had this plot to, just stay within their circle and buy up the coin. I'm not sure how a lot of that stuff works, but they were going to stay in a little circle and they were going to buy up a certain amount of coin. Well, Crypto King goes rogue and he winds up buying a lot of the coin, and he double crosses Logan at the beginning. And I think it was at 120 million, then it goes down to 20 something, and Logan's like, bro. Oh, by the way, he uses the word bro a lot. And I would say, in general, don't fucking trust an idiot that says bro a whole lot. Probably not going to be in your best interest to trust someone that says bro a whole lot. So anyways, Crypto King double crosses Logan, and then he's mad about that, and then they actually blacklist a lot of his wallets. But then he has access still to a lot of the coin, and he's one of two people. He sells off the coin. He gets about $6 million off of a $200,000 investment, and he thinks he's double crossed. But later on, of course, you have people losing tons of money that actually invested in and thought this was actually going to be a real game. But somehow Crypto King is the victim. It's weird when scam artists like Crypto King, when scammers in general think that they're the victim, when they overlook the fact that there's going to be people investing in something that is never actually going to really be a thing. Now, maybe Logan Paul had the idea that it was actually going to be a game, but it never really became a game because the core mechanic of the game people were investing in is these little eggs that you could actually use to breed different animals. You might have a panda bear and an elephant or something like that. And Logan, when promoting the game, was talking about, bro, we paid money to all these artists, man. Bro, this is not like just some weird digital stuff, digital NFTs. No, there's real artists working on this stuff. It was basically revealed, exposed to be just basically digital art and real pictures that anyone could get. Well, they call it like, there's a word for it. God, it escapes me right now. But, places where people can go and actually get real art. I mean, not real art, but just stock photos. All of it was stock photos, basically, just meshed a little bit. So here's Logan Paul saying that they put all this time into it. And here he is at his computer, probably just, mixing up a monkey and a kitty cat or something like that. And that's all basically his, other than promoting, that's all Logan Paul did. But to make a game, you need developers. Apparently, what happened was the development team was never paid by Logan Paul. They did the work on the game, but they were never paid. Logan Paul then comes out when everything goes belly up on it. Everything goes sideways. He starts talking about the bad actors and blaming this guy that fled to Switzerland with a lot of the source code. But then he says, oh, here's Logan Paul bragging about how, bro, they spent over like $1 million on the project, on the game. But then that guy's going, you didn't give me a fucking $1 million, bro. So then he leaves off. There's so many elements to this story. That's why I recommend these series of uploads. Again, I must reiterate, I don't recommend donating to this E-Beggar Coffeezilla, but definitely check out these uploads because he does a great job in exposing this whole mess. Then there's a guy named Eddie Ibanez, who was a liar who conned lots of people, lots of successful people into believing them. And he says he actually worked for the Eagles in helping them win a Super Bowl in 2018, which was a lie. Said he was an orphan, which was a lie because he was on Fox and Friends with his family. And then they mentioned getting a recipe from his mom. And then he actually couldn't keep track of lies because he lied to an assistant and then mentioned his mom. And she's like, I don't know what that's what these liars, they get tripped up in their actual lies. So Eddie Ibanez, he's one of those people that cashed out along with Crypto King. He made maybe 1 point something million. And it's not all Logan, I will say, because maybe Logan is guilty of trusting people to do things that they didn't do. Apparently, Eddie Ibanez was trusted to pay the money out to the development team. And at base level, Logan Paul, maybe he doesn't accept all the blame, but a big part of it is it's his project. And he's not hiring the people, and he's not doing the background checks. He's not checking these people. And he has no problem with the idea. Again, the big thing is what's great about these Coffeezilla uploads is he does actual interviews with a lot of these people that were scammed, the people that invested in this game. Now, let's say if you invest in something and one of these people said, I don't mind losing money on investments if it's actually a thing. But the mechanic of the game, which was the hatching of the eggs, never came to be. You never could do that. So the way you're making money back on your investment, you couldn't do. And to this date, on January 12, 2023, to my knowledge, it still hasn't been fixed. And Coffeezilla reached out for comment, and at first, there were veiled legal threats about the legalities before he goes along with the story, which means something's up right there. There's no promises at that point to fix everything, but after these exposing videos, then they're saying they're working on some things. I would say, if you are, Logan Paul, multimillionaire, if you're a multimillionaire Logan Paul, he's even in WWE for Christ's sake. Maybe ask for a little bit more money from WWE to pay off these people that were scammed in this game. It's, again, I can't, it would take me a long time to actually go over and explain all the scamming that happened here. That's why, again, I recommend these uploads from Coffeezilla. Well, Patreon, E-Beggar, Coffeezilla. It is a beautiful story. The part that where a lot of people that invested were scammed, that's not beautiful. But it's a beautiful story of how you have a lot of scammers that winded up scamming each other. You had a circle, basically, a circle of scam artists involved in this. And I will reiterate and say, like I said at the beginning of this, do not trust Logan Paul. Do not trust these fly-by-night celebrity influencers. Do not trust them. They are not doing anything for your best interest, okay? I'll add to this how Logan Paul is a piece of shit. Supposedly, his team came out and said that the pig in question, which was like a lot of influencers will get these like mini pigs, and then when the pigs grow up and get big, then they discard them or they get rid of them or whatnot. There was an abandoned pig that used to be owned by Logan Paul that was found next to a dead pig, and the ears was all tattered and they were in very poor health. Logan Paul says he took it to a ranch that conveniently the ranch moved very quickly. I mean, I'm not saying that couldn't happen, but I'm not getting into all this pig business. But that's another thing that people are actually investigating when it comes to Logan Paul, is what happened to a pig that he owned. He says he dropped it off at a ranch, and the ranch moved, and then what happened to the pig after that, who knows? But yeah, essentially Logan Paul, what he cares about is money, making money. He cares about making money and increasing his influence. That's essentially him in a nutshell. I would be shocked and surprised if he ever starts actually signing checks to all these people that were scammed from his game that never actually became a game. I think he's probably just going to be on to the next thing. Oh, that's one thing I want to finish up on. He actually had the fucking audacity to talk about a new project that he was working on, and people started asking him about the CryptoZoo, and he was like, no, not that. So he tried to push that up under the freaking rug and move on to another thing, maybe another scam. Fuck Logan Paul. I'll leave it there.